Josh Raven here with the Daily Dot at ELeague in Atlanta, joined now by Relyks from Selfless, unfortunately, after a 2-0 defeat to Optic, and we're going to have to take a look back at the first map. Not sure if you want to, but it was a bit of a demolition on Cobble. What happened there?
Cobble is one of Optic's better maps. They're really good at, Cobble train. But we played both NIP and G2 on Cobble in our previous, matches, and got more rounds than we did against Optic. That was an absolute thrashing. They were playing really confident. They were Rush was hitting all of his shots. Mixwell aced on their T-pistol round with a Tech 9. A lot of it was us we were playing pretty poorly together. That ace shouldn't have been possible, but we gave him a lot of 1v1s. We weren't playing, well with our trades. Honestly, when the score was 12-0, 13-0, we were just kind of all right, let's try and get some rounds. Let's not get too down on ourselves. We still have another map. So we weren't too bummed about it. It doesn't feel good to get 16-1, but at least it wasn't a 16-0, right? It could have been worse.
It could have been worse, but obviously when something like that happens and the next map you must win, otherwise to try and even force that tiebreak, and you must win by a lot.
Yeah.
That must have had some sort of mental effect on you guys, but you still made it a really close game, but unfortunately couldn't close it out at the end.
Yeah, we just tried to completely reset, clear our minds from the previous map. I think it showed, at least in the beginning. We had a really strong start. I don't remember, we had an 8-2 lead or something, and we were in a really prime position to be able to close out the map, and especially we started T-side Mirage. We ended up, I think the half was 8-7 when we were winning 8-2, which is a poor way to end the half. Even then we secured CT pistol, and we got off, we didn't get we didn't get ecoed rather, so we were on our way to seemingly being able to close out the half. We weren't able to, 16-14, the most painful scoreline, and so now we don't have that tiebreaker. But technically these matches don't mean anything if you win the match tomorrow. So we just gotta come swinging versus G2 in that best of 3.
Obviously, despite being 0-6 in the group, it still was a fairly decent performance. You put up good numbers against G2, against NIP as well. You'll be facing G2 in the semi-final tomorrow, I believe. You took them close last game in the semi-finals. Now in the group stage, now it's a best of 3. What do you think of your chances? They look pretty strong.
I think that I'm comfortable with our chances. I think that people were expecting us to get smashed. People didn't think we'd get more than 5 rounds. And, versus NIP versus G2, which are currently, I think, in the best form they've been in the past year. Those are both currently top 10 teams in the world. I think on HLTV, NIP is 4th or 5th, G2 is 7th or something. And it was actually the only EU team that me and Mainline were the last core remaining from the previous squad. We've only ever got to play against Flipside at the major qualifier. So these teams are a step up from Flipside, and I was happy with how we played versus them, even though we didn't win. And I think even in our matches versus G2, for instance, it came down to, Shocks winning 1v2s, 1v3s, a lot of clutch situations which were make or break. We could have won that map. We lost 16-12 on cash, and we lost both pistols. That's 6 rounds because we didn't, eco them. I'm happy with our chances. I think we just got to, rest up and come ready to play. We're the first match tomorrow, so.
We spoke at DreamHack Austin a few weeks ago, and you said the team was looking forward to kind of preparing for tournaments like this. There was still a few weeks left to grow into what strength you had. Do you think you've achieved that goal now, or do you think there's still a little bit more to go?
I think there was kind of a wrench thrown in the works because we had the time to prepare for the minor, basically, when we were boot camping in Austin. And then had an okay performance in the minor, but definitely a subpar. Definitely did not go, we wanted to get into the finals. We didn't make it to the major qualifier. And then Uber, who was the longest standing member of the old enemy team, and I've been on a team with him, me and Mainline, for 9 or 10 months, stepped down, joined the backup roster. We got the call about replacing Tyloo in ELeague, and we had to find someone within a week. So all of that boot camping spent, and you just replaced your 5th player, so you have to go over everything. We didn't have very much prep time, and this is also his first LAN of this nature. He's been to small local LANs, but never anything like this, and never played against actual teams. So it's a growing process, and I think that I'm just happy that we're getting better with every event we attend, and I think the experience is really important for us.
The team is getting better, and your performance as well so far at ELeague has been pretty incredible, honestly. Obviously yesterday there was that big 30 kill game against G2. What do you think it is about your performance that has for some reason started showing up big time here?
I think a big problem with me is simply confidence. and I kind of hold myself to a high standard because I've seen, how I can play when I'm playing well, when I'm in form. And so when I don't play well, or when I'm just not, I'm not doing what I can for my team, it kind of upsets me. I think for me the biggest thing is finding consistency, finding how to always be that stable rock for the team, that guy that'll always get those, the frags that you need to get to win the round. I'm happy. I think that I've been playing better and better each event, even more so that we've played better and better teams each event. I've played better here than at DreamHack Austin, and we're playing 2 top 10 teams in the world, not just other NA teams. So I'm happy. I think that there's always room for improvement, both me individually and as our team. We've made a lot of very basic mistakes that have cost us rounds. So I think some of that may boil down to maybe some nerves here and there. You maybe rush something, you should just take it slow and be calm. But I think that's probably expected playing on a stage like this against the teams we're playing against. So we just have to kind of overcome that, and I think we'll be on a road to success.